टीम आएगी तो जाएगी तो इधर ही सर। नहीं उनका ड्रेसिंग रूम उधर ही। अच्छा उनका
Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Reliance Foundation Development League National Championship. We've got our first semi-finals up, and these are two juggernauts of the Indian football scene. It is ATK Mohun Bagan FC taking up and going up against Bengaluru Football Club. Joining me in the commentary box is Roshan Shetty. Roshan, exciting game ahead. Two big teams, two big sides, representing the definition and the intangible love for football in this country, something that cannot be explained by words or statistics. How does it feel to be back in the commentary box?
Pure love, absolutely. Thank you so much for now getting back into what we call love for football. And two teams, of course, who need no introduction in Indian football, having a massive history. ATK Mohun Bagan FC taking on Bengaluru Football Club in a cracking contest in the Reliance Foundation Development League National Championship. Remember, they have come up from the regional qualifiers, followed by the national group stage, and now for the national championship. They're all gearing up for the next Gen Cup, of course. We had all these teams from the Premier League sides coming up, applying the trade against Indian talent, a platform which we've all seen in the last couple of years. I'll tell you what, Pranav, this is going to be an absolute slugfest to watch. ATK Mohun Bagan FC taking on Bengaluru Football Club.
Surely, Roshan, these are two football teams going up against each other, and immediately after this, the action does not stop. So, to everyone who's watching this, you will need to remain on the edge of your seat throughout the 90 minutes wherein these teams will be playing, or the 120 minutes, because after this, we have the Reliance Youth Champs facing a team from Delhi. Would you like to talk about the side from Delhi that has qualified, Roshan, this season?
They, of course, have been an amazing team so far, and have been, in fact, all these talent-touting youngsters earlier on. We've seen how well they've performed in the regional qualifiers, and which brings them to the top 4 of this Reliance Foundation Development League in an attempt and in a bid, of course, to bring the best and the finest talents from across the country together on the same platform. Remember, of course, it's India's first development football league organized by the Reliance Foundation in technical support with the All India Football Federation. A total of 8 teams participated in the first tournament, held first time in the month of April last year in Goa. And as we, of course, slip away from the COVID bubble protocols, to breathe easy, and of course, a love for football, like we keep saying.
Every athlete would be thankful that it's happening. The fact that they're re-entering this bright green turf here at the Reliance Corporate Park in Consoli.
In the maroon and green, of course, flying the trade against Bengaluru FC. And all the fans from Kolkata ready to set ablaze. Of course, they're live on the YouTube channel of the Reliance Foundation Youth Sports. Seen across the years how the RFYS has perhaps given some of the finest talent to the country.
All right, both the teams walking in. It's ATK Mohun Bagan and Bengaluru Football Club. Again, after all the stoppage caused due to the pandemic, they return to the surface, they return to the broadcast, they return in front of the eyes of all the fans watching across the country, all the fans who support them, who love them, and who cheer the game of football on no matter what happens. The believers in the concept of Indian football. here at a stadium, a podium set by the Reliance Foundation Youth Development National Championship.
A proud feeling then, of course, listen to the Indian national anthem. The ATK Mohun Bagan side have topped the Imphal group, remember, with 9 points in the kitty, winning a total of 3 matches in the national group stage, and certainly one of the top contenders in this competition so far. We've been building up, of course, the side. Bengaluru FC on the other end, of course, top the Bengaluru group, with a total of 10 massive points, playing 4, drawing 1, winning 3. And the statement of intent pretty clear as we exchange pennants here between both the teams. Go forward there with, of course, the referee there, Ramdasan, along with his assistants, Aleem and Muralitharan.
What a moment this is for the youngsters on your screen. To play a semi-final is often considered more difficult than playing a final. Because when you're playing a final, obviously the nerves do kick in. But the semi-final is when you are just one step away from that big day. And these are two teams with young talent who are just one step away from the finals of the Reliance Foundation Development League National Championship. As both the teams line up, both the teams with smiles on their face. But they know it's time for the smiles to wear off and for their game faces to come back on.
Certainly, Pranav, intensity will be at its peak, of course. In the lush green outfield here at the Reliance Corporate Park near Mumbai, as they're all set and ready to gear up for the national championship. Bengaluru FC scored a massive 9 goals in the national stage campaign, of course, conceding 3 goals. Here the story will be different, perhaps, as two teams who need no introduction to Indian football. We're talking about two sides, two mammoth sides. Following ATK Mohun Bagan, we'll be having the likes of Zayed in the goal, followed by, we'll be having Aman alongside Dipendu in the defense, and in the midfield, of course, we'll be having that man, the top scorer for ATK Mohun Bagan, Loitung Bam Singh, and up front, a man from the Indian Under-17 team representing the Colts, Nungdamba Neorem, would be the star campaigner here for ATK Mohun Bagan. Bengaluru FC, of course, expecting a couple of changes coming up from their end. We'll be having the likes of Sharon there in the goal, of course, captaining the side alongside the likes of Harpreet Singh in the defense. Of course, they're playing a 4-3-3, as we all know. And Baker will score a goal there for Bengaluru FC. They'll be plying him on him heavily alongside the likes of Vidam Toy Singh. Off we go then, kick off the proceedings at the Reliance Corporate Park. ATK Mohun Bagan in the traditional maroon and green, scoring from left to right in front of your screens. Talking about the top talent from the country playing against each other, rubbing shoulders. And all 3 concepts, or let's say all 3 aspects of the game, be it tactical, technical or physical, we're having them develop every single month, every single year in such competitions, of course, getting the best out of them each and every time they're on the field.
Roshan, can you feel the energy and the electricity? We're far away from the action here in the commentary box, but we can feel the roars on the field. We could feel the team huddling up. We could feel the team chanting, shouting, and getting ready for a cracking semi-final game with some spectators on the sideline. Mohun Bagan and Bengaluru in possession as of now. And the defenders just getting a little more familiar with the surface here at Gansoli.
In comes Felixson. All sturdy. Lobs the ball forward. Misses it away right away. There. Little run from Felixson again. Follow the flanks. Dash of bodies. Infringement called by the referee there.
Getting physical right on in the beginning. Just 90 seconds into the game. You're going to see 90 more minutes of this Mohun Bagan and Bengaluru FC. And if we learn anything from their ISL counterparts, we know we're up for an entertaining fixture.
Of course, you've seen how ATK Mohun Bagan, of course, in the ISL. Perhaps set to it, getting a little better of the counterparts in Bengaluru. But I'll tell you what, the story could be different. We're talking about two teams having performed at the top stage. We're talking about Bengaluru, who had FC Goa, Kerala Blasters, and of course Trinity alongside Lifa in their group, and topping them, reaching this ultimate battle in the semi-final one. Remember, we have another one coming up as well eventually, as Reliance Foundation Young Champs will be head-to-head against Sudeva FC from Delhi. Eventually, we are looking at these teams trying their trade in the Next Gen Cup.
Well, that's right, Roshan. We are talking about the next generation. And look at that. Desperate attempt to keep the play on, but the attempt fails. It's a throw-in for Bengaluru. A little change of decisions over there. For Bengaluru, the throw-in goes to Felixson. Trying to lob it forward. Finds a man. Good one pass. And here they go. They're off with a break. That's a very good move. But a lot of maroon shirts behind. He tries to stretch out the play over there. But they eventually slow it down and play it back to the midfield.
This is the Mayat, of course, trying to maneuver in from the centre. He's trying to rotate the ball as much as possible there. Felixson is back at it again. This time surging ahead. Is employing the man who has stopped goal scoring campaign there for Bengaluru FC there.
Oh, look at that physical game over there, Roshan. No mercy. Mohun Bagan falling back right in time, but Bengaluru relentless right from the get-go. This is just the 4th minute, and they're already charging forward. Here's Felixson. And cleared away from just outside the box. Mohun Bagan falling back, playing deep football. But Bengaluru quick on their feet.
Said rightfully so. The statement of intent pretty clear. They want it badly. And of course, we're talking about a game where the first goal would matter a lot. And either teams will be trying to get their breakaway goal. Here again, Bengaluru FC on the attack. In from the centre. Lovely taken, and of course it's clipped there. And here we have the first yellow card for the game already. We're just talking about how physical it will get sometime in front of.
Well, this is exactly the narrative of the game so far. A yellow card in the 5th minute of the game itself. And look at that. It was not intentional, surely, but Bengaluru playing quick football. The midfielder was trying to get away from the tackle, slightly mistimed, and the boys from Mohun Bagan know that it's just an unintentional mistake. But a little too much commitment right in the beginning, don't you think? Because getting a yellow card for a sliding challenge like that, I mean, it's a well-deserved yellow card, but that's the kind of pressure that Mohun Bagan are sort of taking on themselves in defense. Bengaluru obviously moving forward, surging ahead with some speed and winning a free kick.
Harpreet chooses to rather give it over towards Felixson. Lobs it ahead. A chance comfortable correct there by Zahid. No chances whatsoever. They're trying to capitalize as much as possible. In from the centre. In comes yet again the mate. Lingdo there. Off towards that man again who's attempting a shot from a distance but wide of the mark.
Well, Bengaluru are not letting down over here. They're pressing forward and forward. Harpreet Singh, number 3. He's a defender on my team sheet, Roshan. I don't know about you, but there he is, threatening the tall man in the Mohun Bagan goal with some shots early on in the game.
That's talking about John Terry. If we're talking about that role which he's playing currently. But nevertheless, we have the first yellow card. As we saw about Raj. Not a record he'd love to have in his name, but nevertheless, you have to be careful from here on.
Glad to see some spectators all around the arena supporting the Reliance Foundation Development League, and everyone who is joining in live. Do make sure that we show our love and support in the comment section of this live stream so that we can cheer on the next generation of Indian football and continue to support this grassroots development at the national championship. As of now,
Just
it's
spoke about the future certainly Pranav, but how of course the All India Football Federation has put forward the 2047 mission, where they're talking about taking Indian football to the newer heights. Special emphasis of course on grassroots development, youth football development, and platforms like these certainly given that much important shot in the armour as we yet again have another incursion. Felixson takes it off cheaply in fact to Shigil. Somehow mans it in the centre, tosses it away into the right.
Bengaluru trying to increase the width and then halted in the midfield yet again. Mohun Bagan, look at that. All their players are in their half. They're playing defensive. Oh, tried something flashy over there, gives the ball away. Mohun Bagan, can they capitalize on the possession? They're increasing the width. Here's a through ball that will be recollected by the Bengaluru side. Some pressure applied by the forward from Mohun Bagan. But look at that. Look at the passing. Look at that passing, Roshan. Look at that philosophy. If you get the ball, you give it away. You give it away to a boy in a better position. You don't keep it with yourself. You don't hog possession. That's the philosophy Bengaluru has been applying. Mohun Bagan with the more rugged defense. But here comes Bengaluru once again.
Moniru get inside. Another attempt. Bengaluru FC on the attack. In comes a ball. He's going for it. And yet miles away.
Oh, that was a golden opportunity, Roshan. What do you think? This is good. That was a good chance.
Certainly was. By the way, he tried to maneuver from the other end. Had the shot on target, but somehow skewed it out.
Roshan and I almost got off our seats. We thought we were going to witness our first goal and Bengaluru FC was going to be the team to draw first blood in this case. But sadly, a little off the mark. He beat the defender over there, got the space for the shot, but I think that's the most difficult shot to take when you know you have done 90% of the work and the last 10% is just the finish. That's the most difficult finish, in my opinion, in football.
I'll tell you what, psychological advantage is what these teams are looking forward to in the first goal. Breakaway goal certainly putting on pressure on the other side as we approach another throw in there for ATK Mohun Bagan. The league, of course, consisting of a mix of youth and reserve teams of the Hero ISL, I-League Division 1 and 2. Also independent academies, of course, nominated by the State Football Associations, making it currently India's largest and, in fact, most inclusive live football tournament.
So, Roshan, when you were speaking about grassroots development and the AIFF mission and vision of 2047, I think we're on the right path if this is the level of grassroots development that we're achieving over here. And looking at Bengaluru FC right now, the kind of attacking football that they're playing, this is exciting to watch. I mean, football technicalities aside, as a spectator, you would enjoy to watch a team play like this. And Mohun Bagan on the other end with the rugged defense, with the sentinel-like performance that they are providing over here. It's thrilling football because right from the get-go, these boys are enjoying their game, their time on the pitch.
As we hear something from the team coach there, Joseph Gibbert, quite vocal there from the flanks there in the sides, of course, but what really matters is either coaches we're looking forward to the all-important first goal here as we've just got past the 10-minute mark at the Reliance Corporate Park in New Mumbai. In comes a chance, ATK Mohun Bagan building it up yet again. You have the lights, here's an attempt, a flying one, perhaps. No player could ever even take that flying away.
The first real threat by ATK Mohun Bagan. The first attempt, a little over the crossbar. And it was a result of Bengaluru play gone wrong. They were trying to feed some ambitious through balls so that Bengaluru midfield that has been top-notch so far. But one slight mistake could lead to something like this. Some lovely skill there.
End-to-end action so far is what we're seeing from Bengaluru FC and ATK Mohun Bagan. There's a little push from behind which gives Bengaluru FC possession of the ball yet again. This is what we expect from now in a game like this.
Surely. I mean, if you notice the change of intent by Mohun Bagan. Now with some flashy skills over there in order to keep possession. And they're showing Bengaluru right from the get-go, and the psychological battle that you mentioned. It's not about the first goal, perhaps. It's about who can survive mentally in this semi-final. Because it is a semi-final, and it is the semi-final of the National Championship. And both these clubs are wearing a crest on their chest, which bears a heavy name in the Indian football scene.
Certainly, ATK Mohun Bagan, more than, of course, a 100-year history. We have anchored Indian football in such a long, long time. Talking about a team which has produced champions in the last couple of years. Not just champion individuals, but of course teams. And one of the most successful teams, in fact, in Indian football. Bengaluru FC, on the other end, of course, we've seen them how they've got back right from the start. In 2013, winning the I-League 2 times. Eventually the Super Cup as well. Recently, in comes it again. Another chance there for Huidrom Thoising.
Oh, pizzas, man. Look at that run, Roshan. Look at this exciting football. One touch, pass. One touch, pass. And when they get the opportunity, they try to beat them, man. But it's just the final third. It's just the final third that Bengaluru are falling short on. And it's just the 13th minute. And the audience is already loving it. The kind of action-packed football that we're witnessing here at the Reliance Corporate Park, Gansoli.
For a corner then, Bengaluru FC getting the first one out this evening. 14 minutes are ticking on the clock. First real attempt here for Bengaluru. Cross it inside into the second pole there, of course, but well, he was a little hurried there for attempting that free header. Nevertheless, he could not manage even to connect to it.
Another chance gone begging, Roshan.
I'm sure, you know, they can't afford to squander such opportunities there out in the 18-yard box.
ओके किसका चालू
मेरा
And here come Mohun Bagan. Have they given away possession? Oh, yes, they have. It's a throw-in awarded to Mohun Bagan. They'll be aiming to take it quickly. Oh, and another physical tussle yet again. Yet again. This is a semi-final, ladies and gentlemen. Any sporting semi-final. And this is what you will see. No matter if it's the 14th minute or the 45th minute, the intensity will be at this level throughout the game. Oh! That was on the top net. From one side of the field, you would have heard fans cheering, expecting and anticipating a goal.
You rightfully said so, Pranav. Bengaluru FC. And now on the receiving end, brilliant turn. Look at that for a touch. Here's a chance. Bengaluru FC leading ahead. There are some options which they have in the centre. Huidrom Thoising asking for it. There is a challenger again, fouled away. We'll have to wait and watch if they get a card. Is it? Yes, it looks like it's going to be a booking there. Have to wait and watch what exactly happened on that occasion. We have the likes of Satyendra Singh Yadav. The quick injection of pace, the racing from the flank there. Trying to cut into the centre, but was somehow intercepted. Here's a free kick then for Bengaluru FC from a dangerous spot. And look who's lining up for that. Huidrom Thoising. It's been in sparkling form. And we'll have to wait and watch if we can convert a screamer from here.
Well, yes, yet another free kick. A free kick that was a result of a Mohun Bagan player forcefully stopping a fastly paced Bengaluru play. Bengaluru with a chance on the volley, but deflected away somehow. And it did look desperate. The Bengaluru players are loving it because they are building the pressure. It's Satyendra Singh Yadav. Look at that replay. Look at that fearless volley. Just a little power. And it would have been on the top side of the net, on the roof of the net. But good deflection by the Mohun Bagan defense. Fearless from both the sides, from the striker and the defender. Bengaluru has won the corner.
And of course, ATK Mohun Bagan on the tip of the toes, not really allowing Bengaluru to make up that little room which they are looking for. Of course, he wins the second yellow. We're looking at Raj. In comes the corner. Tossed fair away, but yet connects to a Bengaluru player in white. Still in possession. In comes the Namayat. Oh, just a ground delivery there. They have to clear it. Do so right away. And of course, it looks like Raj could be missing the next match off with 2 yellow cards now in his kitty. Oh, there he is, taking some chances. This could prove disastrous as ATK Mohun Bagan look up to pile the pressure. But what a brilliant piece of defending there, in fact, from the keeper himself. Diving into the left and collecting it. There he was left with no option, being the defender and the goalkeeper all by himself. And brilliant collect in the end. No man's land eventually, but well done there by the goalkeeper.
Asik Adhikari, take a bow, because that was not the best save he must have pulled off. But to stay composed in a situation like that is surely something that every goalkeeper needs to practice time and again. It's something you cannot practice on the training field, let me tell you that. It is just experience, but the amount of composure there by Asik Adhikari. 1 versus 3, where Mohun Bagan had 3 maroon shirts charging forward into that Bengaluru box, and Asik Adhikari held his ground as if he was facing a maroon lion, 3-headed maroon lion, and he held his ground, and that was the deadliest chance we have seen in this semi-final so far. And the Bengaluru FC keeper has denied Mohun Bagan the rights, the bragging rights of first blood. And Bengaluru resetting, regrouping, and moving ahead in the midfield. Another foul and another free kick awarded in the midfield. Well, this is this midfield tussle, Roshan, that's been going on since the beginning of the game. Very physical midfield for this semi-final. Bengaluru trying to do something hard on that occasion. Mohun Bagan exposing fairly to fair on that occasion. Bengaluru FC back into their own den. Playing the trade. In comes Felixson. Oh, look where Felixson has gone. Right from the one in centre. Turning back into the flank. There's that man again, Harpreet Singh. Tall and lanky, reminds me of Sandesh Jhingan there in his position. Strong muscular attempt. Now this is what Bengaluru are trying to do, which could have cost them dear early in the first attempt, thanks to Satyendra Singh Yadav. In fact, earlier on, it was the goalkeeper, Sheikh Adhikari. In fact, Sharon from Bengaluru FC, who saved the day. There's another throw in there. Bengaluru FC. Seeing end-to-end action so far, but so far ATK Mohun Bagan have come closest to scoring. Very crucial attempt there from Abhishek Suryavanshi there. Playing straight alongside Nongdam Maneore, the man who's been a part of the Indian Under-17 team, which played the FIFA World Cup. Brings a lot of experience there along with him. And then of course the sense of positioning. And he's trying to play down. Lofted ball forward, Bengaluru FC, and now really not making that run, not needed. Just that one man up ahead. You're seeing how Clarence Xavier Fernandez, alongside Felixson, are trying to push themselves ahead. And it's still been a stalemate so far. ATK Mohun Bagan and Bengaluru FC. Not really troubling the scorekeepers here. For the viewers who've just tuned in, we are live, of course, at the Reliance Foundation Development League National Championship. As a result, of course, of the regional qualifiers. And, of course, the national group stage. In comes ATK Mohun Bagan. Another attempt. Ravi Rana into the right. Another chance. And this could be interesting. Nongdam Singh. Yet again, there's something surprising there. We're seeing how Loiteng Bamtai Singh trying to just get him past the last line of defense. In comes Hydrom Thoi Singh. We have Ngombam yet again. Bengaluru FC on the other end. Now look forward to surge ahead. Cuts into the centre.
Beke Ram, who scored a goal already for Bengaluru FC. Back again towards Felixson. Playing brilliantly. You're seeing him play that right wing, in fact left wing there for Bengaluru FC.
The Mohun Bagan side has surely switched their colours. And that very promising move where Loitongbang was involved. Body feints to beat the defender. But again, it's both the teams who are struggling to get that deadly touch. That final touch. Here we go, Mohun Bagan. They'll have to make decisions and they'll have to make them quickly. Too many white shirts falling back. There's Loitongbang yet again. Passes it back. Loitongbang, ambitious through ball. It's over the touchline. It's another throw in. Bengaluru get another chance to reset. Felixson quickly throws it to his fellow defender. And Preet Singh composed in the defense.
दूसरा साल वाला अपन ने कब बनाया ही था दूसरे साल मेरे पास कुछ नहीं अरे नहीं है वो
Loitongbang Singh also holds the record for the fastest goal run of 3 minutes into the competition. Boom, there he was into the back of the net. The team alongside the Maneurem. Build something spectacular of this.
अरे अभी भेजे ढूंढना पड़ेगा अभी तो 40 मिनट के बाद ही
National group stage. Last game,
अरे वो वाला नहीं था दरमिया दरमिया हो गई
to a game like this. The winner of Reliance Foundation Young Champs.
दरमिया हो गए
Very tight contest. How these teams are
और एक जो था वो तुम्हारे मेरे पतले वाले मोबाइल में था उसका
one each across the campaign.
मालूम है
Group stage.
बेडरूम में थे लेकिन तेरा बर्थडे था
Interesting
शायद
is relying on one striker aiding him. Well, could be a score. In comes Bengaluru FC yet again.
पिछले साल में हुई ना बैटरी में जो बैटिंग किए
Right away out to the centre. He's talking about pressing high.
थे
In comes another chance. Aiding him on Bagan. Somehow, on the ball there. This process easily.
सब लोग थे सब वही ना जो फिर फटाका
Look at
फुटाया
that miss
था
pass. Could cause them. We've seen it right in that position of how eventually he had the likes of Suhail on that ball. In fact, he snatched it from the jaws and attempted that shot on target.
हाँ
Bengaluru FC holding it so far as we just inch closer to the 25-minute mark. Bengaluru FC in their attempt.
Yet again, ball goes to the final third, gets cleared into the midfield, and it's a saga that's been repeating itself over and over again. But the boys from Bengaluru have been on the back foot for the past 5-10 minutes because Mohun Bagan's moving threateningly forward. Yes, Toy Singh cutting through into the box. Toy Singh, still Toy Singh, passes it in. Yes, a deadly pass, but oh my dear Lord, that's off target. Unbelievable. Toy Singh with a dream run inside the box, slithering his way through the flanks, cutting into the right position, giving the deadliest pass any forward could have asked for. But the final finish, Roshan, yet again, it is the final finish, the last touch of the football before it nestles into the net. That is where Bengaluru FC fell short and missed the chance. Easier said than done, perhaps.
Of course, to speak about striking, it's being about in the right place at the right time. He was there, but the connection missing somehow. Tried to slot it back comfortably, but resisted there very well by ATK Mohun Bagan. Remember, we're watching a squad which consists of the youth team and also the reserve team. Well, there he is. He could probably have that shirt with him if he wants. It was Sheikh Adhikari, in fact, the defender from Bengaluru FC. And you can see that partnership certainly alongside Felixson. Much appreciated role there, playing in the role of a libero. Back again this time. Look how well they're kind of passing from that center. Just being the root of all passes coming out. All through balls from the defensive third of Bengaluru FC. Stretching it wide yet again. This time we had Huidrom Thoising. Spoke about that attempt earlier on, Pranav. Well, they had to convert it. They won't get much chances, especially talking to a team. Well, of course, we have seen in the regional qualifiers, we have seen teams scoring against ATK Mohun Bagan. But they are somehow, irrespective of how they're there in the 18-yard box, somehow smothering saves, but yet no goals whatsoever from either sides. Bengaluru FC, certainly known for their strong youth structure. Seen some of the top players in Indian football. In comes yet again ATK Mohun Bagan from the center. Sibajit, like that anchor into the entire ATK Mohun Bagan side. Picked up by Ravi Rana. There is the little foul which happened earlier on. Having a look what exactly happened there. We're talking about a lot more intensity in the coming few matches, in the coming few games. This leads, of course, to the international stage with the Premier League Next Gen Cup being hosted in India, of course, again, since its inception back in 2019. This is the third edition of the Premier League Next Gen Cup, earlier, of course, known as the Premier League and Hero ISL Youth Games. Last year, we had it round in the UK. We had Bengaluru and Kerala Blasters playing the trade there as well. And this time round, with a lot more of the teams walking to the frame. What's interesting, of course, is the Reliance Foundation Development League, the National Championship, comes about after over 300 matches across 9 regions in the country. I tell you how big that league becomes. A country like India, which stretches so far wide into the north, south, west and east, of course. Talent in every part of the country, Pranav.
Surely. And as I mentioned earlier, nothing can truly explain the unfiltered and raw passion that Indians have for football. Keep the statistics aside, keep the rankings aside. The love for this game makes people do things like that. Look at that risky clearance there. Diving forward. The energy levels skyrocketing yet again, but Mohun Bagan still keeping possession. And moving forward now with the goalkeeper in possession. He's exploring his options and he chooses to launch the ball forward. Here's Mohun Bagan in possession. Looking dangerous as always. Playing those quick touches, shorter touches. Finer football by Mohun Bagan. Moving forward. Referee says play on. And Bengaluru have possession. There is someone in the center with a lot of green space ahead of him. Mohun Bagan needs to be marking all the players quicker. Bengaluru moving quickly, but yet again, Mohun Bagan getting that time. Bengaluru giving the opponents time to regroup and reorganize the defense. Cleared out by the goalkeeper. That cross that was deflected into the box. And they get a throw in. But look at the crowd over there, Roshan. More heads in the crowd. More people watching this titillating game between both the teams.
Things get excited, but also a little heated down there. I'll tell you what, in the part of the country where it gets absolutely humid, it could be challenging for the players as well. Both sides. And of course, the matches, of course, have been keeping in mind the health of the players. Not really during the peak summer hours. Talk about the heat in Mumbai. ATK Mohun Bagan so far have held the ground. So have Bengaluru FC. Two teams who really have a robust lineup and are looking forward to flex the muscle. And we could probably have the likes of Loitungbam, Tyson Singh being taken off a stretcher. Not good signs here for ATK Mohun Bagan. He's been a prolific performer. A man who still holds, of course, the title of a top scorer there so far in the league. Been taken off a stretcher. We'll have to wait and watch to hear, of course, any updates if he could be back into this game. We hope that there's nothing too serious about it because they'll need a service. ATK Mohun Bagan have relied heavily.
Always a painful sight to watch in football. And, yep, substitution made official over there. So Mohun Bagan have lost, as Roshan mentioned, a talisman. And can Bengaluru capitalize? Harpreet Singh keeping things in his flank, dictating control of the ball and the possession. Damit. A good footwork over there by Thoy. Felixson. Back to Harpreet. Bengaluru keeping possession. Mohun Bagan not pressing as intensely as they were, giving Bengaluru the time to build up. Ambitious pass. Good first touch. And Bengaluru on the possession. On the attack. Good ball in. This could be a chance, but the flag's up for offside. Every time you see a ball like that in football, if the person who's about to score, his eyes are on the ball, but the person who delivered a ball like that, his eyes go on the assistant referee. But this time the assistant referee's flag was up. Ambitious attempt, ambitious move, but it is offside. And the boys from Mohun Bagan get a chance to restart the game. And they give away possession to Bengaluru. Harpreet under pressure. Plays it back to the keeper, Sharon. Sharon with some interplay with his defenders, Felixson. Harpreet. No one pressing the burly Harpreet Singh. Oh, Bengaluru. Bengaluru, this is good playing. This is a good move by Bengaluru, but critical tackle there coming in by Dipendu. Mohun Bagan with a critical tackle, denying a possible move by Bengaluru FC. And that has been the story of this half, which is only 10 minutes away from coming to an end. It has been Bengaluru trying their level best to take advantage of their quick feet, move forward, first touches, passes, and all of that to ensure a speedy game of football. But Mohun Bagan, with those well-timed tackles, apart from the one which merited a yellow card, Mohun Bagan has been denying Bengaluru. But if it weren't for that mistimed finish, we would have seen 1-0. As of now, the story of the scoreboard is 0-all.
And Bengaluru and ATK have come close time and again to scoring, but just not really finishing, which has been a major problem there. Not really get to see that in the national group stage, do you? As ATK Mohun Bagan, yet again on another incursion, tackled right away. And this time, Nangdamba Neurem, the talent-totting youngster, is down. Bengaluru FC get the better of the ball this time round. What'll be interesting to see is the team that wins from here will be taking on the stronger sides of Sudeva and Reliance Foundation Young Champs. Two teams who have been exceptional in their campaign to the top. There are 4 groups, remember, in the national group stage there. And we've had perhaps only the best in India who are now in front of your screens. For all the viewers who have just tuned in, you're watching the Reliance Foundation Development League National Championship, progressing from a regional qualifiers, where of course we had 9 regions in the country, where we had Hero ISL clubs, followed by I-League Division 1 and 2 clubs, and of course independent academies and state academies. Stretching wide across the country. In comes another attempt from ATK Mohun Bagan. And I'm sure if you've ever been in a game in Kolkata, you'll not be able to hear anything, Pranav, in the stadium. That's how loud and passionate the fans can be. Not just for the senior team, even for the reserves. Talk even about the training sessions and the kind of fans which ATK Mohun Bagan have always proudly donning that maroon and green time and again have anchored Indian football. Bengaluru FC yet again, this time keeping it cool, calm and collected. Brilliant touch and go now. Surging ahead is Huidrom Thoy Singh. The man has been in great form. Bengaluru FC look forward to yet another attempt. Lobs it ahead. Could be offside. The flag stays down on that occasion. It was Huidrom Thoy Singh making the run from the left. We have Felixson, who is now coming into the deep end. Oh, he's been brought down. The referee denies any wrongdoing there.
Just a few minutes away from the halftime whistle, and the referee, who has got this entire game under fine control, Mohun Bagan, obviously a side that usually is used to the noise. If you see Mohun Bagan play in the Salt Lake Stadium, and if you see them face their rivals on Derby Day, I assure you, you need earplugs if you are making your way to anywhere, any vicinity near Salt Lake in Kolkata. But here comes Mohun Bagan. Oh, that's a good run. This is a good run. Ambitious from Mohun Bagan. Sensible. Cleared away. Monirul. Lost possession over there, Monirul. Quick turn there by Naurem. Mohun Bagan keeping possession now. The Bengaluru forwards not pressing. Letting Mohun Bagan move into their half. Mohun Bagan attempting the quick passes. With keeping the possession in the midfield and now stretching out the play. Here comes Mohun Bagan. Good first touch pass. But blocked there by the defender. No real space to move around in the flanks. They will need to go back into the center. Anticipating a cross from the right flank. And the man in the middle stops it with the chest. Sends it back to the support in the flank, who supplies another ball a little more deadly than the last one. But the story remains the same. It's deflected away. Back to another midfielder. And attempt for a volley. Cleared out. And a scruple in the box, where Bengaluru prevails and sends the ball back into midfield. Here comes Mohun Bagan once again. Somehow winning the ball in the midfield. Playing slowly. Building up the tempo nicely. A lob that's a little too high and into the hands of the keeper. Sharon with easy pickings. He's going to get hold of those in his sleep. Damit gives it back to Becky. Harpreet Singh. And a significant decrease in Bengaluru's tempo. If you take a look at the moments from their initial minutes in this half, and if you look at them now, you will see a role reversal. And in this role reversal, Mohun Bagan had a chance, but Bengaluru denying them once again. Mohun Bagan still keeping it alive, moving into the flanks, and the amount of frustration over there on Naurem's face and the frustration displayed by his body is surely reflected in the entire Mohun Bagan side, because they miss yet another attempt on attack.
As rightly mentioned, Pranav, speaking about how Bengaluru have changed the tempo. But I'll tell you what, it's not for the fans who keep the tempo loud and proud. If you've ever been a part of the West Block Blues, absolute madness in the stands. So talking about building a culture in Indian football. Here's a chance. Suhail Butt on that occasion, just a grounded delivery there. Not with a lot of poison there. In comes another attempt from Bengaluru FC. This is where they really have to pull up their socks. In comes another attempt. This time it's Beke Oram who's got a goal already earlier on for Bengaluru FC. Felixson picked up this time yet again on the sidelines. In fact, the possession is evenly distributed. We are still on level playing terms here in the Reliance Corporate Park with just a couple of minutes to go down in the end of the first half. Looks like we're heading into another tight contest in the second half. I'll tell you what, certainly in these games, we're looking at one minor mistake and you're exposed. Boom, there is a goal in your favour. That's what Bengaluru are trying to do. ATK Mohun Bagan have looked equally volatile in that situation. Look how high they're pressing. Look at where they are exactly right now. Bengaluru FC confidently walking the park there. Here again, another attempt. Quick turn there now. Already had a change coming in. Kian Nazirigiri has come inside. In place, of course, of the injured Loitung Tyson Singh. We hope he gets back in the final at least. Just a quick touch and go there. ATK Mohun Bagan. There wins and a throw Bengaluru FC. Quickly, Felixson grabs it. Kian Nazirigiri, another under 23 talent with the ATK Mohun Bagan.
Mohun Bagan, ATK Mohun Bagan still trying their level best to put at least one digit on the scoreboard. And Bengaluru, on the other hand, they had the chances. They had the deadlier chances, arguably. Rather, unarguably, definitely, Bengaluru FC had the deadlier chances this half. It's going to be some harsh words in the dressing room because there is no room for any mistake in a semi-final game. And both the teams surely know that. Both the teams star-studded with some professional footballers. As of now, both the teams are just gearing down, it seems. Or could we see a last-minute attempt in this first half? Here comes Mohun Bagan once again. ATK Mohun Bagan moving forward, but denied by a sizzling tackle there by Clarence Savio Fernandez. Well-timed tackle to deny that progress from the flank. Bengaluru moving forward. Good pass. Lots of green space ahead of him. This is a promising attack. But a lot of maroon shirts closing in and they have brought down the attacker. Referee says, get back up, son. And Mohun Bagan on the counter immediately. No time wasted. Here they come. But Mohun Bagan with a lot of white shirts ahead of them. A good ball. Can it be converted? Great ball. Pass one, pass two. Brings down Harpreet Singh, the big man on the grass. But ATK Mohun Bagan, yet again, the finishing touch, the final touch, was still missing. An exciting, exciting move by ATK Mohun Bagan. Talk about that first touch. Talk about that fake over there by the forward. And Bengaluru are now under pressure as 3 minutes are added on by the assistant referee.
A corner, a chance for ATK Mohun Bagan to take that all-important lead right before the end of this first half. If they could capitalize from here on, they move in back to the drawing boards with a lot more confidence. Just that little discussion there with the referee, with certainly where the ball is positioned. Oh, there's a little motion there. Now look at the player marking there. They're not really going for a zonal marking, if I have to put it across with what looks by at least. The referee tells them to calm down a little. Nobody there in the second corner there. Probably he'll want to paste it right across there. Suhail, but look forward to win that header. In for a chance. Headed away by the tall, lanky defender, Felixson. Yet again, Oh, they're claiming it. They're claiming it for another corner. Win it right away. And as, of course, Pranav rightly mentioned, 3 minutes of added time. It all starts from here, doesn't it? And I'm sure either side's a team coach, Kezad, Amba Pardiwala for Bengaluru, and the like of Joseph Gibbert for ATK Mohun Bagan, will have a long talk there with the team. ATK Mohun Bagan, perhaps for one final time, into the back. And the other chance! Well, he turned in quickly. Had his eyes, of course, on the ball till the end, connected to it, but the direction was missing there. Bengaluru FC are finding themselves on the receiving end so far, with just less than a minute to go now in the clock. It'll be interesting to see what will be the change in the tactical understanding of the coach of the team that so far played in a rather stalemate there. Oh, he's brought down, turning on the go. Another set piece there for Bengaluru FC. Look how well they're gelling in that defensive third. In comes a chance now. Hoidrom Toysing so far. No magic we've seen of what we really saw back in the national group stage or the regional qualifiers. A flurry of crosses and goals pouring in for Bengaluru FC earlier on. This time the story looks different, at least for the first half. Talk, of course, about the magnitude. It's a semi-final at the Reliance Foundation Development League National Championship. Just a few seconds left to go down here as the referee has a look at his watch. A throw-in. Now Bengaluru FC piling on the pressure yet again. They somehow held it, and there, of course, the referee in the centre, K. Ramdasan, blows the whistle. So far, it's been a stalemate and been languid so far, but end-to-end action on either ends of what looks like a promising contest. But for that, you'll have to stay tuned yet again for the second half. Don't go anywhere.
क्या सीन है? Well, the teams are back from their dugout. They're back after the first half. Mohun Bagan, ATK Mohun Bagan facing Bengaluru FC. Second half underway of this first semi-final here at the Reliance Foundation Development League National Championship. The first semi-final, and the first semi-final has proven to be exciting in the first half. No goals scored, some great chances, some incredible chances, some lethal chances. But we're still waiting for that first goal. Here's Harpreet Singh. Mohun Bagan takes away the possession. A little bit of miscoordination between both the Mohun Bagan forwards, and they've given away possession. Here comes Bengaluru. They're looking fast. They have to be faster. White shirts moving forward, purple shirts falling back. Mohun Bagan falling back right on time to deny that attack, and Bengaluru will now hurry back to get the ball, and they do. This is end-to-end football, and Bengaluru now moving forward. They're trying to create some space. Could they get a chance? No. Denied yet again by the Mohun Bagan defense, and ball launched forward for a winger who struggles to get the ball into possession. But eventually the referee's whistle stops the play as it's a free kick for Bengaluru.
Bengaluru looked a little charged up there. I'm sure the coach had a lot of talking to do with them as well for all those opportunities squandered earlier on. Interesting to see how the next 45 go about. Bengaluru FC will certainly have a little change in their approach, which we'll eventually see down. Here's a long ball forward then. Charging ahead, yet another attempt. Brilliantly done there. Lovely turn there from Harpreet Singh. Just a rock solid he's been there. Eventually taking all his team together. Remember, certainly when you're at the back, you can see the entire game ahead. And that's what Harpreet Singh has been guiding his players through. Getting the players in as well. It's in fact Sharon who tossed it up ahead. ATK Mohun Bagan have a task in hand here to get that important breakthrough. They're coming, closing. They're knocking the doors time and again. Eventually, we could have one coming in. For all the viewers, of course, have just tuned in. You're watching the Reliance Foundation Development League here. It's a national championship. The 4 top teams have made it through to the semi-finals. We have the next one to be played between the Reliance Foundation Young Champs taking Sudeva FC, the team from Delhi. Brilliant turn, ATK Mohun Bagan now upping the ante. Surging ahead is Nongdamba Neurem. Quick feet back towards the likes of Sebajit. Surging forward, Raj Basfore. 2 yellow cards. Not really a record he'd be proud of. Abhishek Suryavanshi, tall, lanky, keeping the ball as much as possible. Now this is where they are trying to get the ball in their favour. Certainly not happening in the first half. ATK Mohun Bagan. The fans are waiting for the goal. Here's another attempt. ATK Mohun Bagan, brilliant first touch, getting into the 18-yard box. Using all his physical prowess there, but couldn't really get the better there. And being brought down. Play on, says the referee. It was the likes of Kian Giri, who was brought in place of the top scorer for ATK Mohun Bagan. Has a task in hand there to fill in the shoes. A corner then for ATK Mohun Bagan. They have to make the most of such set pieces that they're getting in their favour. Seeing, of course, perhaps eventually 6 or 7 players of ATK Mohun Bagan surging up ahead, swarming in that 18-yard box. Look how well they're drawing back first, then eventually getting inside. In comes across into the centre and headed away by the tall man Harpreet Singh. Still in favour of ATK Mohun Bagan, somehow getting dispossessed.
Well, Mohun Bagan into their own half and back to their keeper. They're about to reset. And Bengaluru respecting Mohun Bagan and respecting Mohun Bagan's initial attacks in this second half. And the boys from Bengaluru pressing a little higher than usual. Here we go. Bengaluru, ball forward. Mohun Bagan denies. He has a shot out of nowhere, absolutely. No one predicted that, apart from the goalkeeper of ATK Mohun Bagan, of course. Syed Zaid Hussain making a brilliant stop, sending his team forward for another attack. Here comes Mohun Bagan as the boys in maroon move forward. Denied there by Harpreet Singh yet again, who's been flawless in the back. Satyendra Singh Yadav taking it ahead in the flank, back into the middle. And the boys in white press forward, move forward. Oh, but the position given away over there in the flank. And yet again, another attack stopped in its tracks as the ATK Mohun Bagan prepare themselves for this throw-in. Good stop there by Adhikari. Satyendra Singh Yadav taking his time. Look at those defenders. They're watching Satyendra. They're not letting him move ahead. Played to Harpreet. Trying to find Yadav again. Misses by a mark. And Naurim on the ball. Mohun Bagan trying to move forward. But it's Bengaluru that are back in possession as the three forwards move ahead from Bengaluru. Oh, there's an injury on the field. Mohun Bagan already have lost a few of their star players to injuries. Tyson, who's in the dressing room as we speak, who must be frustrated. No footballer, no athlete wants to miss the semi-final day. And these players from ATK Mohun Bagan enduring a lot of physical punishment from Bengaluru Football Club, because this has been a physical game right from the get-go. Mohun Bagan has played their fair share in the physicality of this game. But it is these players who are enduring everything and trying their level best to give their best game for their clubs at such a young age, at the grassroots level here at the Reliance Foundation Development League. We're 53 minutes into the second half and we're still goalless.
Certainly a stalemate so far in this first semi-final at the Reliance Corporate Park, as we see yet another player from ATK Mohun Bagan being taken off a stretcher. Bad news this for ATK Mohun Bagan. They were relying heavily on some players. I'll tell you what, in the build-up to the final, this could be problematic for ATK Mohun Bagan. They've been a strong side in this competition, certainly a contender for the top spot there. But these injuries could be concerning. And we'll have to wait and watch of how this is taken into consideration. And like Pranav rightly mentioned, so there's one player, in fact, the man who has been a prolific performer so far for ATK Mohun Bagan, Loitong Bam Tyson Singh, who so far scored, of course, 4 goals in this competition in the national group stage, of course. Bengaluru FC, can they really capitalize on this start? 54 minutes into the game. I'm going to have to see if Bengaluru FC can really pull out some kind of a sorcery there in their favour. Look at there. He's telling that he'll just be fine. You have to wait and watch if they can do actually something out of this. Joseph Gibbert will certainly have a conversation with his players there as the referee contemplates the start there. Bengaluru FC, for all the viewers who have just tuned in, are playing in the white and ATK Mohun Bagan in their traditional maroon and green. Off we go then. A quick start to the proceedings here. It was a bright, warm evening in Navi Mumbai at the Reliance Corporate Park. Shika Dikari off towards Harpreet Singh. Picked up very well there by Felixson. In comes Shika Dikari yet again, trying to surge ahead. Bengaluru FC. Now look how high they've come up. This has exactly been the plan. And eventually when ATK tried to do that, there was a counter-attack. Here's a lofted delivery then into the right. Surging forward. Could be a chance. A lofted delivery, teasing one, in fact, this one. And there's no one to take it. Bengaluru FC on the brink of getting that first goal. Pretty snatched over there in that occasion. Lovely chance yet again created. Felixson Fernandez. Four, like we did see, typically with the 4-3-3 formation. Bengaluru and ATK both taking the sides. Switching flanks brilliantly. So the quick touch and go there. And of course, if you heard about some updates about the injury, we'll be letting all the fans know as well. Certainly cause of concern there. In comes Bengaluru FC in another attempt. Looks for to pull that trigger right from there. Ashika Dikari lofts one over. Connects to it. But no butter hands there from the goalkeeper. Safe collect yet again.
Well, ATK Mohun Bagan surely missing a player due to the injury. Already lost a player to the substitution. But now this is the drama of football. Mohun Bagan trying to move forward. Here comes Bengaluru. Hasik played it to Harpreet. Lofted ball by Harpreet. Ambitious. A little too over-ambitious, in fact. Because the first touch over there was a difficult one. And Bengaluru give away possession to Mohun Bagan. And the ball has landed back in Harpreet's custody. It's a stalemate between both the teams. It's been physical. It's been a saga of injuries, this game, because it has been a physically enduring, it's a physically tormenting stalemate over here between ATK Mohun Bagan and Bengaluru FC. Both the teams with their physios ready on the touchline because they know that they have some work today, because irrespective of the result today, one team will be proceeding to the finals of the National Championship and the other team will be proceeding to the third place game. Here's the replay. Look at that tackle over there. We've seen a lot of sliding tackles coming in, and well, the players have been punished time and again for tackles like that, and the referee having a quick word with the Mohun Bagan player, asking him to go to the sideline, making sure that time is the first priority in a situation like this. Referee making sure that it's fair play here on the turf. K. Ramadasan, our main referee. Yet another Mohun Bagan player walks out, and ATK Mohun Bagan with 10 men until their wounded warrior returns. Asik Adhikari. A good quick feet back into the right back area. Adhikari. Harpreet Singh. Harpreet Singh passing amongst his defenders. Somehow he beats the player over there in the midfield. Bengaluru moving forward confidently. Tries for the shot into the back of the net. That is incredible. That is incredible. Take a bow. Bengaluru pile on the goal scorer. They have scored a screamer. Bengaluru has scored a screamer. They had no clue that this was coming. Look at the joy and ecstasy on the face of these players. What a goal by Toy Singh. And you have to watch this replay. And you have to watch it time and again. Look at Toy Singh over there. Beating the Mohun Bagan defense. ATK Mohun Bagan had no idea that Toy Singh was going to take a shot from there. Toy Singh was the only one certain, confident. And the amount of venom he had behind that shot. Sayyid Hussain was rooted to the spot. He was not expecting a shot over there. Bengaluru FC have drawn first blood an hour into this game. And Toy Singh take a bow. What a goal. And he's going to dream about that one. Because that is a semi-final goal that puts you in the history books. The Development League here at the Reliance Foundation has just witnessed a screamer in the National Championship. And Bengaluru, they're not sitting back. They're moving forward again. Here's another chance. Squandered this time. But Toy Singh still keeping it in. What is this injection of energy and adrenaline into the Bengaluru boys? But ATK Mohun Bagan not sitting quietly. Here they come. Here's Mohun Bagan surging forward. And look at the boys from Bengaluru who are charging ahead. They are falling back. The discipline is still maintained. Irrelevant of the celebrations. Irrelevant of the ecstasy that they have from Toy Singh's goal. Bengaluru FC leading 1-0 up. They are happy, they are jubilant, but they know there is a job still to be done.
What a phenomenal strike from a phenomenal man there. Huidrom Toy Singh with an absolute belter of a strike. Moved in, cut into the center, and boom with a shot right into the back of the net. Bengaluru FC have been knocking the doors time and again, and they finally get fruits for their efforts. 1-0 so far the story here at the Reliance Corporate Park in New Mumbai at the Reliance Foundation Development League National Championship 2023. And Bengaluru so far have got that all-important breakaway goal and look forward to keep that out. But I'll tell you what, just the slender lead, ATK Mohun Bagan can get absolutely devastated from here on. They can come back, they can hit hard, hit the deck hard, of course. They've certainly been grappling with injuries as well. The score would really cost them dear so far. But thankfully so. They just had one man who's been brought out. 2 red, yellow cards, of course, there for Raj Basfore. And of course, we hear about some changes as well coming in from either sides. We have the likes of Brijesh Giri, who is walking inside. A couple of changes, of course. And we had Sibajit coming outside. Thumsol Tongsin, who has been brought inside by ATK Mohun Bagan. Joseph Gibbert has some thinking to do there, of course. We had Sibajit, of course, being substituted there. What exactly is going on into the head of the coaches trailing now by a goal? Thumsol Tongsin, as we just mentioned, fresh legs inside. He's a midfield, of course, being brought into the picture. 1 goal there for Bengaluru, and all of a sudden, we all have a lot of energy here then from the Bengaluru side. Seen all the momentum shifting certainly after that goal. We were speaking about it earlier on as well. And of course, what a scintillating one that by Huidrom Toy Singh. Now gets his tally to 4 goals in this national championship. and at par with that man, Loitung Bom Singh. Certainly, the strikers have fired from all ends. Bengaluru FC have been pretty consistent there with the challenges time and again. Into the box, ATK Mohun Bagan. Poor touch there on that occasion. Still had to get the best. And they'll do all that to keep that on. Because one goal could be a mammoth task this for ATK Mohun Bagan. Bengaluru FC will not really change their plans. They're still there, attacking inside deep. And of course, we all sprang out of our chairs there. Interesting to see how ATK Mohun Bagan respond to this one. Still have the likes of Uttam Hansa who can come in handy. They have him on the bench so far. As we gear up, of course, for the next game. We just had a goal as we crossed an hour mark here in Navi Mumbai. We hear about some changes then. Suhail Bhatt, the striker, somehow really have to get the best. Now this is where the difference lies, of course. You see Bengaluru going in, all guns blazing there for all the challenges that are coming in. Not really leaving any room for getting the ball go. This is what really makes the difference there. Of how much you give on the field there. Every single ball. After you lose it, in fact, what they exactly do. In comes another chance. ATK Mohun Bagan have been on the receiving end, especially with the goal coming in. A quick turn and go there by Ningombam Singh. Ningombam yet again. This time towards Amandeep. Lofted over. Another clearance there by Felixson. They've really pulled a player back down in their favour now. Bengaluru FC realize the importance of not really conceding a goal right now as well. A goal will just do the job, but I'll tell you what, won't be easy for them because ATK Mohun Bagan have had a history of striking back as well in this competition. And of course, in the background, you see two teams, Sudeva and Reliance Foundation Young Champs, warming up for the game. Yet another attempt. Bengaluru FC now on the hunt, of course, for doubling their advantage. If they do that, look at that for a challenge. In comes Bengaluru FC yet again. Can they pull off another screamer? Intercepted at the right time. This is where ATK Mohun Bagan are now really pulling up their socks and wanting to not really commit the same mistake they did again. Now really having a man on him.
Well, ATK Mohun Bagan moving forward. What a crucial interception that was by the defenders of ATK Mohun Bagan. If not that, it would have been a goal. Another attempt over here. But the defense putting a lot of pressure on the players from ATK Mohun Bagan. Attempt on the volley. Ball goes begging. Referee, however, brings the play to a halt. Oh. There's a little scrupple on the field over there. Well, that's just the pressure and the tenacity of a semi-final game, especially when you're leading 1-0. Amandeep trying to sort things out by moving forward. Cards out, as they should. Well, this game has just ended up becoming far more dramatic than the first half. The second half of this matchup between ATK Mohun Bagan and Bengaluru FC, it's simply dramatic. We have seen a screamer being scored by Thoi Singh. We've seen some crunching tackles, some yellow cards being flashed. We've seen, unfortunately, some injuries that have turned the course of this game around. And now we're seeing a little scrupple. And a scrupple that has resulted into a free kick from a good position for ATK Mohun Bagan FC. This, ladies and gentlemen, could be a turning point. We've got 20 minutes left on the clock. And ATK Mohun Bagan facing a white wall in front of them. A few yellow cards being distributed by the referee for the dispute. Here's a free kick. And nothing really exciting over there for the Mohun Bagan fans. as the boys in maroon fall back into their defensive positions. They will give the Bengaluru club, the boys in white, another chance. But substitutions coming in. And Bengaluru FC keeping their options open. Akshadeep Singh makes his way in. And out comes Satendra Singh Yadav. Satendra Singh, a burst of pace and speed in today's game. He has done his job. And out he comes. The second substitution for Bengaluru. Harmanpreet Singh makes his way into the field. Akshadeep and Harmanpreet, the new additions for Bengaluru. The manager sending in a fresh pair of legs in order to maintain the lead. But will they be able to maintain the lead, or will they give it away to Mohun Bagan? But ATK Mohun Bagan, yet another foul and yet another play. Oh, he's been on the field for 2 minutes, and Akshadeep has been welcomed by the ATK Mohun Bagan side in a proper footballing fashion as he growls on the pitch.
Certainly not what he would be looking for. There's a clash of shoulders there on that occasion. Looks fine. Back at his feet. Never realized there were 3 yellow cards now being given out to ATK Mohun Bagan. What they need right now is goals and not yellow card for certain. But Bengaluru FC with the changes now. In comes from another free kick. BK Oram. 4 players in white. Advancing inside, curls it away. Finding a player from ATK Mohun Bagan yet again. Now on the run is Felixson. Quite pacey there and crafty as well when he's on the wings. Bengaluru FC are now taking things end to end. And certainly things getting heated up as well. ATK Mohun Bagan have to focus on the temperament, which is very, very important, especially at stage and age where these young lads are. I've seen some of the games beautifully being taken away. Series of interceptions yet again. Bengaluru FC, in a rather topsy-turvy manner, somehow still keep it ATK Mohun Bagan yet again. Shigil, lofted ball ahead into the right. We're seeing a run coming up. ATK Mohun Bagan need that all-important goal now. He's attempting it. He's gone down. They're calling in. Referee realizes there is nothing out there. Surging ahead yet again. Saeed Hussain is back at it again. ATK Mohun Bagan still in their quest for that all-important goal which can bring them at level here with Bengaluru FC. I tell you what, you talk about Bengaluru FC in a situation like this, a heart craves for Sunil Chhetri. The man, you call him there, he'll be there right away. Realize the importance there. In comes ATK Mohun Bagan yet again. An attempt. Look how brilliantly he has a look up. 4 for ATK Mohun Bagan. Attempts a shot! What a brilliant save! Well, that came out of nowhere. But razor sharp response yet again from the goalkeeper. Flung out of there, but in the end, a great, great save there coming up from the goalkeeper from Bengaluru, Sharon, on that occasion. Exciting stuff for ATK Mohun Bagan winning a corner back again. Now this is where they really have to come with all the heads loaded. What's interesting is how and where they're positioning themselves on that occasion. Not even one player close to there, just leaving the mark away. Wins in a header. Could be a comfortable collect. In fact, just moves in out of the goalkeeper's reach there. Series of substitution from either ends. ATK Mohun Bagan, Bengaluru FC have seen it all there, haven't they? What really matters at this moment is Bengaluru lead by a goal. And I'm sure the fans there are already celebrating their road into the finals. But a game of football, I'll tell you what, unexpected drama can reach on your cards any day, any moment. Quick turn, Bengaluru FC. Fresh legs, Harmanpreet Singh there again. 4 in white, toying the 1 in red and maroon. In fact, beg your pardon, maroon and green. A free kick yet again. In comes another attempt now. They've already won a couple of free kicks there. What they really need to do right now is probably connect to it better. An attempt from Kian Giri. They've stretched the game wide enough now. Two attempting for the wall there. The goalkeeper calls in. Attempt from Giri. Cross it ahead. Crossed away easily there. No chances taken. Here's another chance now. Ravi Rana has been phenomenal in the field there. Exceptional talent. In comes a brilliant ball. Intercepted at the right time. The two strikers from Bengaluru were completely offside. This time the goal scorer himself, Puidram Thoising. What really is interesting is he had the vision in that first goal. Who would have really imagined coming in from that end with that much sheer power? In comes ATK Mohun Bagan. Run on the run. Cross it inside. No player yet again. This is where they have to really come up. Another attempt of flying the ball inside. Goalkeeper yet again reacted pretty quick there, but just whiskers away that one.
A fine example is indeed Sharon. A fine example, the skipper of Bengaluru FC, showing that it's not just the forwards, it's not just the goals. It's also the goalkeeper, the man between the sticks, who has put in a good shift today, Sharon. He's made some critical stops. He's denied Mohun Bagan time and again. And the boys from ATK Mohun Bagan regrouping. Handball. Mohun Bagan gets... some tussle. Some disagreements. And some attempts to slow down the play over there. As Bengaluru gets back on the ball. Quick passes yet again. Well, no matter what happens on the field, no matter what verbal profanities are hurled at each other, it's the scoreline that matters in the end of every sport. And as of now, it's Bengaluru leading. But Mohun Bagan playing a heated game of football with them. Merciless tackles. Quick, fast-paced football from both the teams. And Mohun Bagan with the sliding tackles on every occasion that they find. They had two chances recently, ATK Mohun Bagan. And the forwards are doing their level best. But Sharon, he's been phenomenal today. Man of the match performance in my opinion. Because we've seen some spectacular things in this game. Couple of saves from Sharon. A display of composure by the skipper of Bengaluru FC, Sharon. And, of course, the screamer from Thoising. Oh, this could be a big mistake. Here they come once again, Bengaluru. They need to increase their speed. Can they increase their speed? Oh, this is a great ball. This is a great ball. Lots of green space ahead. Passed in, but squandered. Into the seventh heaven the ball goes. What a play that was from Bengaluru FC. It's just the last line of the drama that was left over here. That was a dream cutback. Oh no, Akshadeep Singh, the substitute. That could have been the decider for Bengaluru. They can afford a miss. But can you really afford a miss in a game of football like this, especially during the semi-finals? And Bengaluru yet again regroup and try to move forward again, but they've given away the ball. Goes over the sideline and Mohun Bagan gets a throw. ATK Mohun Bagan back in possession. Here come Mohun Bagan. Ravi. Oh, good movement there. Ball sent back into space and another Mohun Bagan player goes down on the ground. Sharon collects the ball. Referee might stop the play and he has. Oh, too many injuries for the Mohun Bagan players. And the referee having a quick word with the injured player. asking if he needs assistance. But the ATK Mohun Bagan players surely won't be overselling their injuries at this moment. They know that there are only 10 minutes left on that clock as of this moment. They have 10 minutes to equalize in this game of football, where the semi-finals of the Reliance Foundation Development League National Championship. And it looks like another player will be walking out. He doesn't need the stretcher, but he will be walking out. In fact, he's jogging out. He might come back pretty soon. But the boys from Bengaluru, they need to hold their grounds for 10 minutes, maybe a little more than that. Harpreet Singh taking his time. No rush by Bengaluru. We're moving into the most exciting part of this semi-final. The final 9 minutes. Throw in for ATK Mohun Bagan. Oh, the ball's gone out. That's a throw in for Bengaluru. ATK Mohun Bagan going back. And look at those boys from Bengaluru. No real rush. Felixson. He's had a good game too. Felixson. The ball not really moving forward. The sidelines. Oh, bad tackle. Clipped from behind. And he's not having the best time on the pitch, Akash Deep Singh, after that miss. He clips a winger on the sideline like that, giving them a free kick. And the purple shirts, maroon shirts, pardon, moving into the box. ATK Mohun Bagan need to strike back, and this opportunity is what they need to capitalize. Uttam coming in for Mohun Bagan. Here's the free kick. Here's the delivery. Here's the chance, but denied by Bengaluru. Mohun Bagan still in possession. Here they come again. Good first touch football. Launched into the box, but a little short. They're still in control, Mohun Bagan. Here's another cross. Here's the chance, but he misses it. Or was it a deflection? It was a deflection. It was a deflection. ATK Mohun Bagan could have equalized, but the defenders from Bengaluru FC refuse to give up. They're putting their body on the line to defend this 1-0 lead and to defend their spot in the finals of the Reliance Foundation Development League. It's still 1-0. 7 more minutes remain of regulation time.
7 important minutes, Pranav. We've seen how close ATK have come time and again this time round. What's interesting is Bengaluru FC have held their ground so far so tight. You suddenly see an upsurge of attacks from ATK Mohun Bagan. They know this is the time they can actually capitalize on. Couple of injuries from either ends. As we, of course, enter the business end of the season, the Reliance Foundation Development League. Both these teams have battled hard, of course. In comes another cross, this time kissing that crossbar and just moving away. Still in favor of ATK Mohun Bagan. Another attempt. And yet again, somehow saved there. Can get quite frustrating. Here's a shot! Flying. And the goalkeeper there from Bengaluru, Sharon, had certainly had his eyes, of course, on the ball till the end. Came out of nowhere, that Bengaluru FC. There's that man, the goal scorer, Hoidram Thoi Singh. Love it how he moves across from one side to the other. You've seen him playing in the center, then eventually to the left, and now in the right, covering every inch of grass there. And of course another change. Then Nabekiorem calls it a day then and makes way for Shreyas Ketkar. As we watch another substitution there. We're having the next game coming up to be played between the home team there. The Reliance Foundation Young Champs taking on Sudhaiva FC from Delhi. Could be an enthralling battle as well. This has been a tightly contested one. ATK Mohun Bagan and Bengaluru FC. Both, of course, in their prime, taking on each other's. And just that one goal will tell you how tightly contested this has been. Sliding challenge yet again. Possession in favour of ATK Mohun Bagan. I'll wait and watch what the referee has to say here. It's a free kick then for ATK Mohun Bagan. Another substitution, as we just mentioned. ATK Mohun Bagan desperately need a goal now. It's now or never, certainly, for them. What's important is how they do not get too deep into the challenge, knowing that there could probably be a deflection, and that's where they can gobble up that rebound eventually. Attempts it into the center there. Deflected shot! What a phenomenal strike that! And ATK Mohun Bagan have got a goal in the kitty. And look at the celebrations. And more importantly, what a sublime strike. What a sublime finish. ATK Mohun Bagan are back at it again. And how? Incredible end-to-end stuff here from ATK Mohun Bagan. A free kick was taken. I was just talking about how they did not get into deep. A header was taken there, of course, from Felixson. And then eventually gobbled up that rebound. I was just talking about it. And then look at that for a finish. Rattles it up, of course, into the back of the net. 1-1 then, the story here so far.
What a goal. What a goal. We've seen two screamers today. 2 goals on the score sheets. Both of them screamers. And ATK Mohun Bagan have drawn level in the dying embers of the game. A team that refuses to give up. A team with a fan base that refuses to give up. If only you could see and feel and hear the enjoyment and the excitement of all the young fans watching this game here at the Reliance Foundation Development League. Bengaluru FC, they had the lead. They got too comfortable with it. They made a few mistakes during that free kick. And it was just one moment of magic and a dream strike, a screamer that results into the equalizer. ATK Mohun Bagan 1, Bengaluru FC 1. Bengaluru moving forward, but ATK Mohun Bagan denies them. Oh, another mistake. This is another mistake. How crucial can this be? He has options in the middle. Here's a chance. This should be the winner. Oh, and it goes over the crossbar. It goes begging. That should have been game, set and done. A critical mistake. A critical pass. A second too long on the ball. And that should have been in the top bin. But it goes curling over the crossbar. Sharon can thank his stars along with the rest of the BFC team. 2 minutes before regulation time, and a miss like that is something you cannot afford. That is a sleepless night for that forward from ATK Mohun Bagan, surely. That should have been the game, but it's still 1-1, and we might be heading into the tiebreaker.
A chance, of course, they cannot afford to miss. ATK Mohun Bagan. The tables have turned at the Reliance Corporate Park in what looked like Bengaluru steering away to victory. Now has come back in favour of ATK Mohun Bagan. We'll have to wait and watch what the next couple of minutes produces, because this has been an absolutely enthralling battle between these two stalwarts of Indian football. ATK Mohun Bagan and Bengaluru FC neck to neck, end to end out here in Navi Mumbai. That certainly should have found the back of the net. ATK Mohun Bagan would have lost everything out here. And certainly Bengaluru FC have now become extra cautious as that man who scored the only goal, Vidram Thoy Singh, looks forward to capitalise on a goal which they want. Bengaluru FC now on the receiving end. The pressure has turned. ATK Mohun Bagan have turned the tables in Mumbai. Yet another attempt now. Changes after changes. Abhishek Suryavanshi gets it back in his favour. The clock is ticking. In comes another attempt from the flank. Can he cross it inside? He needs to. Oh, look at that. A poor cross. This is where they really have to pull up their socks. Interesting battle. And they have got in there. And as we hear, it's 3 minutes of added time into this battle. And we have to wait and watch if either of these teams, of course. It's 1-1 so far, with a corner now in favor of ATK Mohun Bagan. They've got it going. They've all guns blazing. Time and again. The next 3 minutes are going to tell a story. We have seen how this game had become languid at one point in time. But right now, the story is different. Another strong cross, wins in the header. Still no connect. And this one ballooned over the bar.